Push too hard. How would I solve this? Ah, this one. I think I want to try breaking Often Baba Is You here. Then try to push this box up here. Like so. Turn on Often Boxes Push. Now watch. I have a solution for this, and that will be in today's video. Hiya, Borkers, I'm Jalen Fulf, and yes, in the fur, and welcome back to Baba Is You. Last time we were here, we finally managed to get through a set of level packs from hutthutthutt called Life and Death, and in there I demonstrated, well, this was another version of the same world that was demonstrated in hutthutthutt's YouTube channel, except 4 added levels, one of which I could not solve, and I'm still waiting, as of this recording, for your guys' solutions. Now, I may not have received them by the time I'm recording this, but I'm pretty sure that they may be good, and if I've gotten some, chances are you might see me attempt it as either a bonus video or in 2 weeks, dependent on when I get them, so we'll see. Now, if we go back into my game here, that level that was in the intro you just saw is a part of a level pack also from hutthutthutt, currently says unknown offer for unknown reasons, called Super Baba 64. I don't think I understand why it says Super Baba 64. Maybe it has some sort of connection with Super Mario 64? That was my first instinct when I was looking at the video for the first time. But actually it's not. This is basically, if you recall the little grid squares in Baba, and think of them as one little pixel at a time, little unit of space, and look at the 64 in there. Much of the levels in this level pack are 64 units total in area. Mostly 8x8. Some flukes, but we'll have to see. Anyway, let's go as Baba Is 64. By the way, some of these levels may be familiar to some of you. For instance, we have this, Baba Is You, flag is win, wall is stop, and rock is push. This looks reminiscent to that of the very first level in Baba Is You, except a few differences. First, the obvious 64 grid, and second of all, those 3 walls aren't normally there. On a normal scale, I would be going, on the easy side, I'd be going straight in and be like, boop, 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 and then there's there. But we have something different. Now, I remember something from when I used to play Pokemon Gold and Silver, with the Strength HM. This was kind of the similar setup. Because what I would do is, you see these 2 rocks on the side here? Push one this way, push one this way, and what do we do with the other rock? Basic principle tells us just push it to one side. This is how I remember doing this in, I believe this was Gym 5 of Pokemon Gold and Silver. But other than that, flag win. So yeah, basic stuff that you will already know. And also, some nostalgia along the way. Anyway, level 1, where do I go? Baba is you, wall is stop, and we have a win over there. Now the normal circumstance would be to... Well, first off, the obvious way to approach this, if you guys remember the main Baba is you campaign, is to break wall is stop. Like here. I can't get past this wall. I'm trapped. Until I do this. Really, I don't need it anymore because all I can do is just now pass the wall and be done with it. But the other way of doing it, the next step, is to make something win. You have two options to make win. I think one option is to make a wall win, which I believe I've done in the main campaign. The other option is, and you may learn of this later down the line in the main campaign as well, with a particular level in the lake, is make yourself win. And this is actually what I'm going to do in relation to something you may have learned from the original video for this. I will leave that down in the description. I did forget to mention as well, the intro contains a modified level from the original video based on newer additions added to updates as well as bugs fixed. I'm currently working with version 4.3.3D, which adds some more new stuff to the editor. Those stuff is not in this. This stuff is not in this particular level pack. I may cover that in a future video if necessary. But for real though, now that that's over with, let's just go on to the other stuff. And this one will be nostalgic to the lake levels with level 2 Jelly Throne. Let's have a look at that one. So the obvious is Baba is you, wall is stop, flag is stop, and jelly is win. So, at first glance, I'm trapped and can't do anything. But remember you can make, remember you can change code within the game. Think of this as a computer science setup. You have jelly as win right here, right? That makes it sparkle, and when you touch it, you win. But then that sparkle disappears when you break the code. So we don't need jelly as win. That's the other thing. I try to cross flag, it doesn't work. So now I try something different. I believe the level called for object transformation. What do we mean by this? Well, let's take this jelly is, bring it over here, and transform jelly into a Baba. Like so. Now I can go boop boop. Flag is no longer stop, which now means if I did this correctly, I could go up here. I could not go like that. I could go like... How do I do this? Could go like that. Like that. And that's a setup for what I'm about to do here. Boop, boop. Win is out there. And I can now go through here, bring flag win over here, and then... Easy. I love doing explanations for puzzles. Anyway, we now have a fork in the road. Where do we go? I think I want to go in order. Go up to level 3 first. Assembly team. Robot is you, flag is win, water is sink, wall is stop. Now I can form Baba is you, but I also have 2 robots with is and you on the other side. Already I'm starting to think, yes, I can do this, but I only need 1 robot for this. How do I break the robots in 1 column form? Well, we need something to offset the robots, and the only thing we have is that Baba text there, which I believe we can definitely have against the wall because that's where we're gonna need it. So, if I just do this, and then, which water do I want to sink? I do kind of need that Baba is you text to go up. So... well, first off, I don't want to break this water because I'd be doing something completely stupid, which I'm probably going to end up having to do later down the line. I don't want to break the water over here because that's going to be impassable. Not this water because I won't even get to the text. Same with this water. This is the only water I can even do. Those other waters that I can't even go that far. It's the same principle here. It's the same principle with the top and bottom. Done. Gotta love my thought process. So now what do we do with all this text? We can make Baba is you now. And exactly, that's what I'm gonna do. So just do this. Hey. Let's do that, and then break wall stop, and we're done. See, for those of you asking, I am not an Aliens Rock person. Yes, I'm aware who Aliens Rock is. But, hey. I might be your next best thing. Well, I think it just depends who you contact first. Anyway, the bonus level attached to this one, Helpless Baba. What kind of difference do we have in this one? Same thing, robot is you, flag is win, water sink, walls stop. We could also form Baba as you, however, while we could do that, Baba is also trapped in water. Literally, there's a water literally behind Baba. We can't do anything. So how else can we do this? Well, I know of one way. Well, first and the most obvious is we can offset the bots again. But remember how I said this lower water over here was inaccessible in the first level because we couldn't even access the text? We can now access it a completely different way in this one. If I just sink specifically this water right here, then I'm going to do a completely different mechanic. We are not going to need the Baba for this. So, how else are we going to do this? I'm going to start sinking. I'm going to start sinking text. First, this you text. Let's sink you here. And then let's take this is, bring you all the way out there, and then sink you over here. Now, this wall is stop text. I now have a way to sink it. Like... eek! And then there. Observe. And now, we go to level 4. A reminiscence to the Forest of Fall, called Hop. So our first rules are Baba is you, flag is win, wall is stop. This time water is defeat, and love is telly. For those that remember the original Hop in the main campaign, you would all remember that the easy way to do this is to telly everything over, make love push, push love on top of water, teleport the water away, and then there's your victory. We're going to do the exact same thing here, but I do believe that the way I did it involved constant teleporting, which basically took, well, a complicated process. This time, however, we're going to do one teleport for the water, and then there's our solution. So first off, I'm going to take this push right here, push it through the love, the heart, And then I'm going to push myself in. But now, instead of pushing the push out, I'm going to instead push Telly away. You'll see why in a minute. Because now I can do this. Excuse me, not a minute, a few seconds. Because all I can really do is just push Lova's push this way. I just realized what I've done. Because if I push here... Oh no, wait, I can still do this. Because if I push it like that, it still pushes it back up the way it's supposed to. And then I push it here, and remember how water defeat does this? That's how I wouldn't be touching it anyways. So now I go this way, right? And in 2 steps, I'm going to demonstrate that you only need 1 teleport for this to work. 1, 2. And then done. See that? Easy. And now, I go to level 5, Slideshow. Alright, flag is win, Baba is you, wall is stop, level is move. I don't recall showing you guys this in the main campaign, but this is a level in the main campaign that is a modification of the original first level of the game, which involves water level becoming move, and instead of rock being push, rock actually is defeat, which brings the level to a completely different way of doing it. How would this be solved? Well, when in my original recording, I demonstrated this. If I went in here, and I did this in the previous episode of this too, where I showed off, oh, this is what we do. Oh, what? Hang on, I'm going back. Alright, I'm back. So what I actually wanted to do was go into settings and actually enable the grid. Because you can see those grid formations. These grid patterns will tell you possibly how many moves you need to solve this. I believe... Doesn't this take 14 steps either whichever direction I go? 2, 4, 6, 9, 13, 14 versus 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 13. Yeah, it's gonna take 14 steps no matter what. So, let me go back and turn off the grid again. And watch as I count the number of steps I take to get here. You can see the level move every time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, and 14. Thought process. Now, jokes aside... Baba is you. Baba and Kiki make love. If you were thinking what I was if you were thinking something else, then that was what you got. Anyway. Do we need some of these at all? Well, here. This is what this does. That's actually what this game means, not what you think. But anyway, since Kiki does nothing, I can just go right through him. Or her. However you guys like to call it. Really what I need to do is get rid of the make text. I don't need it. We don't need any more love than we already have. Because I want to do something with this love. Well, you're about to see. No, I don't want Kiki. I don't want Kiki because, well, I mean, I could ask for a Kiki, but even then, what's the point? Tell you what, though, what if I didn't want Kiki? How would I do this? No, I don't want Kiki and Baba as you. Although I could to make that happen, but still, even then, that's probably not going to do wonders. I'm going to try something here. And this is probably not from the video. But what is from the video is love and Baba is you. And then we want to form 3 columns. That's one... Oh wait, no, I want this. Because Baba's on top, and then 2 loves below. Like so. Or I could just go like this, and just have all the loves combine into 1. Because what I need to do is... Normally, the process would be, if I had 3 in a row, I'd be just breaking love and from the Baba is you text. But because I'm changing into Kiki is you, I only need 1. I only need, like, 1 and 1. So, all I do is that, and then I can control Kiki. What does Kiki do? He wins the level. Or she, depending on your preference. But no, seriously. Baba and Kiki love. Teehee. Theoretically, though, I could also do this exact same thing that I did the last time and just go this way, and then with the Kiki text, I go here, and then love and Baba is you, and then we do the exact same thing. Like so. You know, remember the idea from Baba is you that there are multiple solutions to some puzzles? Take those 2 levels as prime examples of that. Now we have an other levels set. This is going to be interesting. Because it's a vast array of levels. Let's start with... At this point, we're actually not going to be experiencing nostalgia. At this point, we're probably just going to be experiencing, well, new levels, but in a different light. Let's go level 0, negating the verb. Baba is you, wall is stop and wall. Theoretically, I could just go right in here and just make flag is win, right? But we have a problem. Once we do that, Baba becomes flag and we cannot succeed. We have is not or not is flag here. What do? Well, if we want to fix the problem of Baba's flag, I'm sure many of you have learned of this in some levels, but the way to solve a problem and not do something is for the thing to not happen. So, to say Baba is not flag means if I change this to Baba's flag, it doesn't work. Now I can make flag as win and be done with the level. There you go. Let's move on. Level 1, wall is destroy. Wonder what that means. Baba is you, flag is win, flag is hot. Wall is stop, wall is melt, wall is wall. Wall's not moving, and it can't be melted by the flag. Because flag's not moving, wall's not moving, that can't do anything. What can we change about this? Well, I don't know if I've ever done this in the main campaign before, but have any of you ever thought of making something hot and melt at the same time? Let's try it. So we make wall go up like this, right? The next set is to bring this is hot text, like so. And with a tap of a button, they're gone! And we can be free. Be free! But there's an enhanced version of this level. Wall is destroy? Same principle as before. Baba is you, flag is win, flag is hot, wall is stop, wall is melt, wall is wall. Except a lot of the walls have moved. But we can still do this. Just take this hot text this time and bring it all the way over here. And now we're free again. We free! Fun stuff. Fun stuff. Anyway, level 2, Crowdsurfing. Let's go. Okay, Baba is you, wall is stop. We have the text and, is, more, and win. Our first problem comes, I want to try creating Baba is win. See? If I make Baba is win right here, right? I could do that. But here's another thing. See this win text? I try to push it out, I can't get out. It doesn't work like that. There's a reason why this level is called Crowdsurfing. Because if we go like this, let's take this more text, push it here. Or not, because I can just go in like this, be like that, and then now I can push this like that, and then like this. Now the question is where to push more. The video demonstrates pushing more here and then pushing win that way. I'm gonna do something different. Let's push more over here, see what we can do with it. And now demonstrate as the Babas multiply. Now I can do something. Can I though? Push win out like this. I've got Babas there to push win out like so. And now, the because I can technically push win out like this, and then there you go. I gotta remember Sokoban style. If a wall's in the way, I can't really do anything. Level 3, wall. Just wall. Baba is you, flag is win. Wall is stop, Baba is not word. We also have an is text we can use. So, we're trapped, but not for long. We can have a word text, we can do some object transformation. Instead of saying Baba is not word, or Baba is word, we say not Baba is word. This makes the wall a word, this makes the flag a word. The flag doesn't need to be a word, just a wall. Which ultimately means wall is Baba. And then done. Yeah, don't you just love this stuff? If you want to follow me for puzzle games like this, have a look at my Twitch channel. The link can be found down in the description. And speaking of Baba's You stuff, I do plan on making a Twitch stream featuring Baba Is You levels from, I don't know, a couple that I found on the subreddit, or maybe even a few from the Discord server. I don't know yet. We'll have to see. Anyway, level 4, Scaffold. Okay, Baba Is You. Ultimately, we should make Baba's win, but the problem stands with this text right next to it. Baba near text is fall. I don't think any of you guys have seen near yet, and I will demonstrate this as we go. But the other thing that could help us here is wall is stop. The other texts that we have are Baba and make. So ultimately, we could make something like Baba make wall. Did I just say something? Observe. If I say moved Baba this way, he falls. That's how we can do this. And that's why I said Baba make wall is possible. Because I can do this and then that to start things off. Now ultimately I want to have a big tough choice on how this is supposed to work. Unfortunately, I only have two choices. I could push Baba first, or I could push make first. However, here's the deal. Remember Baba near text is fall? And that's another exclusive text within a level editor, that the fall directionals. Like I said in the previous episode, there are exclusive texts with the fall directionals that could send a thing down, up, to the left, or to the right. This virtual avatar does not have arms and cannot demonstrate that. But anyway, let's go take this make first. Because if I push Baba up, because if I push that Baba text, I wouldn't have been able to access this make anyway, because Baba near text. And now we bring Baba over, and I start making the walls. What do the walls do? Because walls stop, it basically gives Baba a floor when I'm near a text, which ultimately means I can now make Baba's win. See? Problem solved. Level 5, Negate Me. I wonder what that means. Okay. Baba is you. Flag is win. Baba near flag make rose. Rose is defeat and more. Now, to demonstrate Baba near flag make rose, Baba's currently not making anything, right? But when I approach flag, bye! The beautiful thing about this level is that we also have a set of text here saying currently form, but cannot form the rule, Baba not make rose. There's a reason why I say it doesn't create a rule, because there's two texts in the wrong order. Let's put them in the right order then, shall we? We want to make, instead, Baba make not rose. There you go. There you go. Let's go... Let's go to level A for a second. Sidenote. Baba is you. Flag is win. Me make level. Baba play level, and Baba is not sad face. Me seldom has sleep. That last part, very true with me. See, we also have a couple of other editor exclusive texts. Notice we have play in there. Eventually, when you go into other levels in level editor, there's going to be stuff like X play this note. That's kind of what play is like. It doesn't work here because there's nothing to play. You also see seldom, and then you'll see seldom, which I can explain later. You also saw in the intro often, which is relatable to this one, and I'll also explain that later when we get to it. But for now, let's just make this a win. That was easy. Anyway, level 6, quite lonely. Baba's you, Wallace stop, jelly. Oh. Baba's you, Wallace stop, and lonely flag is win. But you also have jelly stop. I could do something here. But allow me to go through my thought process and try to forget the video for a moment. Let's say I wanted to make Lonely Baba as you for a second. Here's the deal. You have two problems. Wall is stop and lonely flag is win. We can break that lonely. But we also have an opportunity to break flag is win momentarily, which I want to do. I'm going to start by breaking flag is win. We're going to take this flag. Well, first I want to take this lonely text, because we're going to need it here. Because here's a problem. If I made Lonely Baba as you now, Baba would be on top of Jelly. And what happens when Baba's on the same tile as someone else when they're when Lonely as you? Nothing. We remember that from the mountain level. I could instead do this and make sure that this happens. But now we have other problems at hand. Remember Wallace stop? But it also says lonely Wallace stop, which means that wall with a jelly on top, I could do this. Now here's another one. Because jelly is stop, and then I can do the same thing here, I need to push that flag out. Now remember, when something's lonely, the property applies. Because we have jelly as stop, I can make it lonely jelly. I can make lonely jelly as stop, and I don't need the wall text anymore. I can just push that flag out there and be done with it. But now I need to break some text. Certainly, wall is no longer stop, but the problem still rests on the fact that Lonely Baba is you. I need to push lonely out to make this work. And I'm going to use this text to work with it. And boop! But now I need my text back. Solution! Just push all of this out like is, flag, and flag is win. Oh, once again. You only need to break one thing to get other things to work the way they meant to. It's a chain reaction. So anyway, here's the next level. Level 7, wall climbing. Oh. Level is push and shift. Baba is you. Text is float. We can make Baba's win. Let me take a turn and see what happens. Level is shift. Shifts Baba down. But I kind of need... Hold on. Level is pushed as this. Level is pushed as this. Now, because we pushed up, means that the shift now shifts Baba up instead of down. But now this also means that because level is push, we're just going to keep pushing the level up and up and up until we found our actual solution. So what we need to do is just keep going to the right, to the right, to the right, to the right, and then there we go. There you go. See, we're already having easy levels as it is. This is a way too easy one for me. I don't know if any of you have brain wrapping already. Anyway, level 8, not afraid. Oh, more level editor exclusive text. Baba, fear, flag. Flag is win. Baba is you. Skull is stop. So, you may be asking, what does Baba fear flag mean? Well, let's go with Baba and try to approach, or at least pass, the flag, because we don't need the flag right now. This looks like an easy, or some of you may be saying, oh, this looks like an easy win, but remember, Baba fear flag. Baba's gonna push himself away from the flag. So what do we do? Well, I'm going to take this fear text. What else could we say fear? I could say Baba fears skull, but we'd be stuck. The other thing I could do is skull fear Baba. Demonstrate. Now I'm going to push this not text here for a moment. We're going to need that later. But in all honesty, we need skull fear Baba for a moment. Because, like Baba moving away from the flag in the previous one, this also means that skull can move away from Baba like so. Now that's easy, but we need this text now to say Baba fear not, oh god, Baba fear not flag. Now you may have noticed that I've accidentally turned on flag fear Baba in that process. I'm still curious as to what would happen if, say, I'm curious as to what happens if we actually had that property added. Like if we said Baba fear flag, then flag fear Baba. Wonder what that would have done. Anyway, Baba fear not flag solves our problem. But then we have a modification to our process with this next bonus level, trauma. This is going to be real interesting. Again, Baba's you. Baba fear flag. Again, Baba's you. Baba fear flag. Flag is win. Skull is stop. I'm doing this live, by the way. It's the same one, except we don't have a knot. I give you a solution. So, you could easily take the same principle and say skull fear Baba. And just push skull that way. You've already trapped skull by doing this, unfortunately. So, I have another solution. What if we instead push skull to the left? How would that work? Observe. I would need my Baba on this side for it. But to make skull fear Baba over this direction and then push skull up to here. This is all I need. We do not have a knot. We cannot create Baba fear not flag, but what we can create is Baba fear skull. Have you guys ever wondered what happens when Baba fears two things and can't decide where to go? If they're yeah. Ever wonder what happens if Baba fears two different things and doesn't know where to go? Well, already we have the fear flag going that way. Now we have the fear skull going this way, but if we went in between, I don't know if this is playing on some kind of exploit, but I wonder if Hempuli will have to break this level at some point. But this was a genius from hutthutthutt to do this. I wonder if this will be fixed, but I'm pretty sure it might not be an exploit. If it was intended, congratulations. If not, hopefully it'll be fixed soon. Anyway, next is Baba is still 64. Now, so far, the levels you've seen are 8x8. What if we had a different aspect ratio? Baba's you. Flag is something. Wall is stop and rock is push. Already, you're starting to see something here. This is a 4x16. This is a 4x16 grid. Demonstrating with this again. 4x16. You might not be able to see them clear, but I guess you can have something work. But like before, when I demonstrated, oh, I remember this from Pokemon Gold and Silver, now we're working with a set of two. and another space of 1. Same principle applies. I do this, push 1 across, and then the other one that's still here, all the way. So, when I said flag is question mark, I meant to say we can make flag be win, like this. But my problem here stands that if I pushed win like this, it'd be trapped because there's a rock in the way. I can move this rock out of the way, either by doing this, or by doing it how the video does it and put it up in that upper left corner over there, where it is possible to go, like here. But really, all I need is flag is win, and that is the level. This is the only 4x16 level, by the way. The rest are just gonna be 8x8 or other demonstrations. Anyway, level 9, Caffeine. Flag not on skull is win. Baba is you. Skull is skull. Me is defeat and move. Wall is stop. So ultimately, and the other thing we need to make at the top there, Baba has Baba and flag and skull. The problem becomes we cannot have a skull. We only need Baba and flag, but not skull. What we have for text, skull, is Baba has not sleep. Ultimately, we want to create Baba has not skull, but we can do something else. First off, I need to free that skull text, but the problem is there's two purple me characters up there moving back and forth, alternating 2 different grids. If you may remember from, I remember a level in the main campaign, I'm not sure if it was the volcano area or the metaverse, the meta worlds, where this was the same principle, but I believe the concept was the same, that I'd have to work with those movements to help me out. With the sleep text, it makes it even better. Observe. First, let me free this is text. Now notice how the me characters move and how we can move with it. Like 1, 2, 3. And that's how we free an is. But what other text do we need? Well, first, right now, I don't need this has text. We can get rid of it. For now. Push it here. I want to move this here for a moment, because then I can do this. Move this back. Excuse me for a minute, I'm going to try something else. Like that. I actually needed to get that is there for a good reason. But while there's another thing I need to do. I actually need to move this has text over here for help. So now I can go back here, oh god. I need to go back here, do the exact same thing I did here. Like that. Like that, back like this, and there you go. What I really need to do now is... Wait... Have I fudged this? I don't think I have. I don't think I have. Hold on. I can do this. 1, 2, 3. Oh, but I'm making Baba asleep. Because if I do Baba asleep, then Baba can't move. I tried my best to not remember the video. I'll tell you that much. I knew to free that is text. The other thing I needed to know is whether to get rid of that other text. Because we kind of needed a certain text here. I was aware of that. We needed a certain text. So I think I'm gonna do this. And how? Here. I need to free this has. I'm gonna free this not. I'm gonna... No, I need the is. I need the is. I'm gonna go like that. I'm gonna free... I need this has back. Have it like that. Trying to think this over. Here, I'm gonna restart. I already know to free that is, right? If I do this, if I do 1, 2, 3, then I need this has out of the way. I already know that. But then I need to form not Baba's sleep. I think it was this, followed by a series of moves. So if I did like that, and then I did like okay, I'm gonna move this has over here for a moment. And then do the exact same moves I did before. This time I'm gonna need to make, oh, now I think I know what I need to do. Because if I did... I'm gonna try to remember this without even looking at the video. I know this is gonna take a while, I'm aware of that. I'm trying to form not Baba is sleep here. So if I did this... Principally, I kind of need to move it up there. Let me say this. Could I move Baba here, have not go over here, and then I'm gonna need to free this has, and then form the rules like so. Am I genius? All while not looking at that video. But now I don't need that is anymore, because I need to move the skull out of here. Because that breaks this. Nothing asleep. We can now go back to order. But now I need to form, because if I did this right away, right? I'll show you what I mean. Baba has Baba and flag and skull. If I suddenly did this now, remember that flag not on skull is win. It's not win because there's a skull. We cannot create a skull. I could say something like that, right? But, oh god, the other thing I need to form is Baba has not skull. Because, like that other rule says, flag not on skull is win. By saying Baba has not skull, Baba does not create themselves. Baba creates themselves, they create a flag, but they do not create a skull when I do this. Haha. Thwarted. Now this is going to be the part where we're going to see my modifications, but probably not, but this is going to be the last level of this section right here, so watch. Level 10, exhausted. Baba is you, flag is win, me is move. Ultimately, if it takes enough moves, me is going to break flag as win. There's this seldom text here. Now, what is seldom? You've seen seldom in the Sidenote level, the one where I had to make one move and that was it. It didn't even attach to anything. Now we have a purpose for this one. Because this ultimately creates a RNG system. Seldom and often both create an RNG system. Seldom makes something part of the time not happen. Often is the same principle. Both have differences. For this level, seldom is something where more often than not, the property is not applied. I think the exact ratio is every 1 in 6 turns. This can happen. So I can just use 3 turns to let me move. But then, on a very rare case, me can still break flag as win. It's all RNG. I've had it happen before where me sometimes moved while I was approaching the flag. But again, that 1 in 6 chance makes it very rare, like this. But it's not still enough to make flag win. See? Problem solved. And again, even that 1 in 6 chance doesn't even help you. Sometimes there's even that chance where the me can still break flag as win. RNG tells you to just undo and try again over and over again until you actually get it. Anyway, level 11, flicker. Now this is where the often text comes in. Baba is you, wall is stop. We could ultimately make Baba win, but there's also rock is push. We also have an often text here. Unlike where I said seldom applies the rule less often, more oftentimes not than is. This time often applies it. This time, in the case of often, more times than not, the rule is applied. The ratio for this one, I believe, is 3 in 4. So, if I said often rock is push, there are times where I cannot move rock, there are times where I can't even bother with the rock, but ultimately I just need to break rock as push. But now, I can't break wall as stop. This is where this often text comes in. I can say often wall is stop, and then that 3 1/4 chance where I said often rock is push, that now applies to the wall. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. See that? We got something working. I'm going to take a break from these numbered levels and go to level C, RNG Manipulation. There's more with seldom that I have to demonstrate. Baba is you, wall is stop. Baba is cup. But we could ultimately make flag is win. We also have a seldom text here. I'll take a turn here and demonstrate Baba is cup for a minute. That's what we want to avoid throughout this whole thing. We cannot break it, but we can say seldom Baba is cup. What this does basically says that 1 in 6 chance you're going to turn yourself into a cup. Ultimately, the manipulation says undo, and the RNG says no. So at random times, see? Baba's cup. It does get infuriating after a while, and even then, just keep undoing it as you go. If it keeps happening the same turn, just keep undoing, keep undoing. So like here, if it turned to cup in this setup every single time, like so, it happened to me twice. It happened to me 3 times. It did not happen to me 4 times. You just keep undoing. The persistence of not giving up is the key here. And you can even have a chance where you could turn into a cup on top of the flag. It can happen, but it didn't happen to me. All right, let's go level 12, separate. Baba is you, not text is push. Ultimately, I want to create text is not push, but apply often to it. So, 3 of those texts are in the wrong order. I can go ahead and start applying the often text now if I wanted to. But that also means just breaking the rule. Really, I just want to do this one because that's the one in the wrong order. Ultimately, we just want to make often text is not push. If I said text is not push off the bat, think of it like the level where we tried to make, think of it in a level on World 8, The Void, where, you know the level where it is possible to make an infinite loop out of rock is word and rock is not word? It's basically like that. But this time, we applied often to it, so oftentimes it will not work. So, we have to now take RNG into our favor here. That 3 in 4 chance only worked once! But no need that 3 in 4 chance on our side here as we go this way. There you go. But now I need to make a win. I could say Baba's win, but that win's locked in the corner. I can't do that. There's nothing here except text and Baba. So I could say text is win, right? But remember that text is push? Remember that text is push? Can't do that. I can't do that. I could instead say not text is win. And that would work. See, not text just means anything that isn't text. Anyway, level 13, Sliver of Hope. Wall is stop, Baba is you. Wall is hot, Baba is melt. Seldom flag is win. Let's suppose... I think right now... I want to make something else seldom. Well, here's the thing. By going up to say seldom wall is stop, which I'm going to do, we're also creating seldom Baba is you. And oftentimes there's going to be those times where we're not going to be Baba. Sometimes it'll work, sometimes it won't. And see how it worked the multiple few times I tried? I kept trying hitting that button. You can hear me click my controller. And it worked. But now to say seldom wall is stop. Not oftentimes it'll happen. But because we said seldom walls stop, there will be times where we try to use Baba to go into a wall and then we're melted. We don't want that. I want to do object transformation here. What I mean by object transformation? Let's just say wall is flag, like so. Now I'm gonna do it back and forth. Watch me back and forth. 1, 2. Flag is win. Done. Now, remember the level in the intro where I was like, oh, I want to push this. Well, that was the original level from hutthutthutt. And when it was made, there was an exploit where you could actually say, oh, you can go through text. No, that's no longer the case here. Hempuli was able to fix it. So I propose to hutthutthutt this solution to push too hard, which now I don't think might be the title for this anymore, if you can look at this very carefully. Here's my solution. You see, in the original one, we had a box here. The current roles that were still there were often Baba is you, wall is stop, box is push. We have is win, and we can ultimately make text is phantom. Now remember, Super Baba 64 was so old that not only phantom was not in the level editor, but you could go through text. That was an exploit. It was an exploit that was used here. And to fix this level, all I had to do was just change one aspect. It's no longer push too hard. It could be something along the lines of don't push too hard. Now, here's what I did, right? I kept all this text. Baba's you while stop. This often text, we can actually move over here, where I could easily say often text is phantom. Now, what is phantom? Phantom just treats it as if, oh, something is stop, something is push. That could easily say, oh, it no longer applies. Well, remember that the often rule applies? Well, it just means 3/4 of the time. Now, when I first play tested this, I was like, gee, I wonder what would happen if I try pushing win. Well, sometimes you could get the idea that you could go through win and still have to work with the utext and have to rely on RNG to not push yourself out of existence. Oftentimes you could push win into you and then end the level immediately. This is why I kept that extra is there in case in case you had to push win out. But I'm gonna try the method that I did, which was try to push the win text on top of you. And I say on top of you for a reason. Like that. Now that extra is still there for a good reason. I left it there in case the other option happened. Now let me show you that demonstration real quick. I'm gonna reset the position that I need. So if I go back to the often Texas Phantom thing, I'm gonna see if I can try to get myself through the win without pushing you. No, I can't. I'll keep going till I try, okay? I'll keep going until I try. It's not working. I kept trying, it's not working, but yes, it can happen where you can go through the win text and not even push you. It happens. You just gotta rely on RNG. Anyway, level 14, don't look. Okay, Baba is you, me is win. Me follow Baba, me facing Baba is push. We've got more level editor exclusive text. What is me follow Baba? Oh. He looks where you are. He is always watching. But we can break that. We have not follow me. I could make me follow not Baba and try something here. Now, you might be thinking, shouldn't you try setting the win condition the other way? Well, by saying me facing Baba's push just means I can do this move, just says I can do this move in two steps. The first step is just pushing me, thus making him no longer face me, and ultimately no longer push. The second step is just winning the level. So 1, 2. It still works. Three levels to go. Shall we do them? Here is Tastes Like Ink. We've got more level editor exclusive text along the way. Boxes stop. Brock is push. Baba eat text. Baba is you. Flag is not text. We could also make flag as win. But here's the problem. Baba eat text. What rule or combination of rules would work in this case? How would you remember what kind of rules in the main game would be applied to this if I did this? This is not the text I want to eat, by the way. I actually want to eat two texts down here. This one and this one. The others, we need to form a word. But I can't do that just by pushing it with Baba. I gotta use something else. What else do I have? Well, I've got a rock. I got a rock. Yes. Cue the Snoopy clip. So, what do I form? Well, here's one thing I can do. Well, let me start by forming the not... No, wait. Let me start by forming... Let me push eat up like this. And then push the rock here. Get not in here. Text. Ha, not. Fucking degenerate furries. Anyway. Text. Push goes there. Ultimately, like I said, I'm trying to form Baba eat not text. I have the text in the same row. It's just getting them in the same column to form the rule. That's the thing. So there's part of it. And the reason why I'm doing eat last is because if I did try to do it first, I probably wouldn't have been able to access the rock to begin with. Eat needs to be last because Sokoban rules says if we're adjacent and I can push you, chances are I have to be on a place where I can actually walk for it to work. By Sokoban rules, if I did eat before any of the other texts, this wouldn't work, and I'd be foiled. Now I can make flag as win and be done. Easy. See, hut, here's the thing. I do wish we had a shortcut. I do wish we had a shortcut from here to here when we finished a level. Wouldn't that be nice? Ultimately, this is so old anyways that you probably won't even be able to get back to it, but still. Anyway, water the Venus flytrap. Let's go. Okay. Baba's you. Wall is stop. Baba make rose. Flag is defeat. Ultimately, we want to make it so rose is defeat and flag is win, but we also have a seldom text down here. Easy roll. I want to create roses in a way that we can still make a path to the flag, because when we make roses defeat, if I had a rose in the exact wrong place, something would go wrong. So I have to make my moves precise. So all I need to do is this method. Right. Up, push seldom. Go around, push seldom again. Go around this way, push seldom. And keep doing this until I'm up here. Now, I can easily just go in and form a rose down there. Now I'm gonna push seldom Baba make a rose there, right? I want to fill this whole space that I'm never gonna use with rose anyways, like that. But here's the thing. When I make this rule, I gotta make sure that I don't make a rose here, because if I do make a rose like this, and I make the roll now, bam, foiled. I really need to not make that there, and still have this work. Ultimately, making a rose there, I don't care, because we've found ourselves an easy path. Who cares if we make a rose along the way? We did it. Last, but most certainly not least, 63. Over the course of this level pack, we've been working with 64 tiles in a grid, whether it was 8x8 or the single 4x16 level. Now, what does 63 mean? Baba's you, and we could make one of two ways. This is an end level. Turning on the grid for a minute, and I will demonstrate. It's 7 one way and 9 the other. That's 63 tiles. Hence the name 63. So no, this level pack is not reminiscent of Super Mario 64. This is its own level pack in its entirety. So, for completeness, Baba's win. But I'm gonna go back into the level. I'm gonna go back into the level. Because the other thing we can do is flag is end. Easy. Now, to end off this video, I'm going to need to demonstrate something. I'm going to go into the level editor. I'm going to go into Edit Level Packs, Super Baba 64, and I'm going to go to the level Push Too Hard. This is the level that I demonstrated this rule. Now, we're going to go back to the way it was before. I don't care where the box is. I don't care where the box is, because I have the box here. The box would have been over here at the very end. That's what it demonstrates, right? Then I can go in here and just say, let's go to Objects. No, not Edit Objects Details. Filter Objects. Search Objects by Name. How do I do this? Objects. Flood Fill. Eraser. How am I supposed to do this? I want to do the thing where I can... Wait a minute. No. Objects. Remove an object. Trying to... Here, I'm trying to find the search where I can actually add flood fill? No. Eraser? No. Trying to remember how this works. Oh well, I have the text here anyways, I can do this. Oh no, 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 I don't want it flood filled. Turn this off. Box is push. And ultimately we had often go down here. This Texas Phantom would have been invisible. And box would have been like that. We would have been easy going to The intent was to have your Baba go through Win, go through you, take Win out, and then make Baba's Win this way. Unfortunately, that exploit that make this level work no longer exists, and all I did was, how do we do this? Erase, go like that, add text as phantom, without it connecting, because if I actually had it connected, things would have been bad off the bat, and I would have had an easy win. No, I would have had you guys form the text as phantom after disengaging off and Baba as you. Because that's how it's supposed to be, right? And that's how I did it. So hutthutthutt, if you want a copy of the modified level, please feel free to let me know. I will give you my copy of the level pack modified. So guys, that is going to be it for the 2 levels from level packs rather, from hutthutthutt on Baba Is You. Again, if you have any level packs that you want me to play, feel free to let me know down in the comments. If I don't get anything in relation to, if I didn't get anything from now, the time I'm recording this, until the release of this video, in terms of solutions to Safety Dance, or in terms of level packs for me to play, then there won't be a video in 2 weeks. I'll probably try for something else. But anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. If you liked what you saw, leave a like, post your comments, hit subscribe to the notification bell, share this video with your friends. And as always, I'll catch you guys in the next one. Until next time, everyone,